To another reading. Today's reading it's called spiritual, but it's really practical advice. So I'll let you judge for yourself. Okay? I need to take a deep breath because I have been rushing around. That's better. It really doesn't take a lot to ground ourselves. Just feel yourself in your seat, your feet, wherever they are, on the floor. Mine are on a little, whatever you call it, foot thing underneath our computer. And a deep breath, and there you are. You're centered again. I'm just going to get straight into the reading today because I don't have a lot of time. However, I've always got time, some time of the day, for the reading. And here it is. It's called A Law of a Spiritual Living. The first quote is from Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and more about them later. A Law of Spiritual Living. Now the dismal days have begun, and one has to try and get light from within. Now the dismal autumn days have begun, and one has to try and get light from within. Well, this part of the world, not so much. Where I was born and further north in the US and Canada, definitely in winter. However, he is speaking, or is it he or she, Dietrich? I don't know. Anyway, they are speaking metaphorically, of course. Holmes in Keys to Wisdom says, God is an immediate presence that can be found only and directly and immediately in our own soul. Or if you like, the divine spirit is an immediate presence that can be found only and directly and immediately in our own soul. And that's on page 24 of Keys to Wisdom. One thing you can do when you're watching this is pray that my voice holds out. Because I started yesterday, I got a bit of a scratchy throat. This morning, my wife had me test for COVID, of course. Of course, it was negative. So I don't know what it is, but I got a scratchy throat. And there you are. Reverend Joyce says, there's a law of spiritual living. What is within you is always greater than any challenge taking place around you. And that is what Albert Camus meant when he said that even in the midst of winter, he found within himself an invincible summer. And this is what Viktor Frankl meant when he spoke about the individual's ability, no matter how unchangeable a situation, to change themselves. This is what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. meant when he talked about the ability of the divine to make a way where there is no way. This is what the Holmes brothers, Ernest and Fenwick, meant when they spoke about the creator spirit that hides itself in you and in me. Reverend Josh asked the question, what does it mean to you? There's a power within me that is always greater than any challenge that is taking place around me. He says, to me, the law of spiritual living means I have the ability to endure loss, transcend failure, and overcome death. It means I keep nurturing and listening to and relating with this power with the capital P within me, the greatest truth, power, and blessing there is. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a German theologian killed by the Nazis near the end of World War II, put it this way: I'm still discovering right up to this moment that it is only by living completely in this world that one learns to have faith. I mean, living unreservedly in one's duties, problems, successes, and failures, one's experiences, and one's perplexities. In so doing, we throw ourselves completely into the arms of spirit. The affirmation says, what is within me is always greater than any challenge taking place around me. So in other words, when we choose, hang on a second, when we choose to focus on the power that is within us, however you want to define that power, then it's amazing how we can start overcoming things. And I'll give you a simple example. When you first start to learn science of mind, new thought, something similar, or what Bob Proctor taught, he he taught it in a kind of non-religious, spiritual way, but it's the same thing exactly, actually, which is the power within you. You're often taught to practice affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment with simple things. For instance, manifesting parking spaces and green lights. Now, guess what happened this morning with my wife? She was going out to the gym and she was at the last minute, or maybe beyond the last minute. In other words, she was late. And she had a positive attitude and she determined she was going to get to the gym on time. So she hit a green light at every single light from our house to the gym. And let me say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's at least 7 lights between us and the gym. And she hit a green light every time. That's just a simple example. But we can also use this when things are going rough in our lives. We can actually focus on what it is that we want. And I guarantee you this, whatever the outside environment turns out to be, once you focus on what it is that you want, you will feel better within yourself. And I'm always telling people this, and I don't know how much they take notice of it. We have people called practitioners. Practitioners practice spiritual mind treatment. That's what they're trained in. They spend a total of 4 years studying in order to become a practitioner. Their job is to pray for people. So guess what? When you don't think you've got it within you to pray for something for yourself or to hold something good for yourself, that is the time to reach out to a practitioner. All of us are practitioners. In fact, I'm going to plug it again. The course coming up on Monday, and we've already got practitioners signing up for it, is about spiritual mind treatment. It's about affirmative prayer. And even if you're completely familiar with it, it's always a good thing to go through a refresher course. If you've never done it before, it's a great course. Even if you've done something very similar before, it's still a great course because we all need a refresher. Yes, I'm teaching it, but I too am going to go through a refresher. I too will learn more about spiritual mind treatment and me as we go through this, more about affirmative prayer. So that's a plug. What is within me is always greater than any challenge taking place around me. That is a phenomenal affirmation. Whether you're a spiritual, religious, non-religious, whatever you are, that is a wonderful, wonderful affirmation. And I guarantee that if you use that a lot and you use it when things are rough, things will shape up. Things will always be better. Your feelings for sure will get better. And the situation around you will get better. So that's all I got for today. I'll be back tomorrow around about this time. No, I won't actually. I'm going to have to either do it early or later tomorrow because I have to run my wife over to Humble, which is, it's about an hour drive from here when we're going. So we will be on the road at this time. So just know that we have a safe journey there and back. I will see you, as I said, either earlier or later tomorrow, but I will be back tomorrow. And you can guarantee, unless something wild and wonderful happens, Reverend Lisa will be on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Please tune into her. And tomorrow night, we have our soul session. All you have to do is to go to our Facebook page. And if that's where you are now, you know how to get there. If not, Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page. I guarantee the soul session tomorrow is going to be very interesting. The lady is a very interesting, well-educated person. She is a newly ordained Science of Mind minister, but she has a wonderful education history, and it's going to be a fantastic session. I encourage you to sign in that tomorrow. So until next time, my voice held out. Namaste.